by rapidly facilitating our arrival in the Commonwealth. You have accomplished this amazing feat without a hint of purpose or direction. And most impressively, without question. Now that the ship is in position, it is time to reveal our purpose. And beneath the Commonwealth, there is a cancer, known as the Institute. A malignant growth that needs to be cut before it infects the surface. They are experimenting with dangerous technologies that could prove to be the world's undoing for the second time in recent history. The Institute's scientists have created a weapon that transcends the destructive nature of the atom bomb. They call their creation the Synth. A robotic abomination of technology that is free-thinking and masquerades as a human being. This notion that a machine could be granted free will is not only offensive, but horribly dangerous. And like the atom, if it isn't harnessed properly, it has the potential of rendering us extinct as a species. I am not prepared to allow the Institute to continue this line of experimentation. Therefore, the Institute and their synths are considered enemies of the Brotherhood of Steel, and should be dealt with swiftly and mercilessly. This campaign will be costly, and many lives will be lost. But in the end, we will be saving humankind from its worst enemy. Itself. Ad Victoriam! Ad Victoriam! Ad Victoriam!
I can't believe super mutants were humans.
Elder.
I care about them, you know. The people of the Commonwealth.
I can see that.
Exactly. I refuse to allow them...
Don't worry.
Paladin dances were...
Sure.
And he concludes that you'd be an ass, seeing as he's one... Therefore, and...
I'll do my best to...
I'm certain that, in any event, welcome aboard the...
Right? Elder Maxon, I have a set of plans to build a signal interceptor to get me inside the Institute.
An intriguing proposal that I'll have to seriously consider. In the meantime, I need you to follow my...
I understand, Elder.
I know you're disappointed, but I need you to view this from my perspective. I'm not willing to risk the lives of my... Give us time to validate. Then when the time is right, I promise you, I'll do everything in my power to... You're dismissed, Knight.
Reactor at 100% efficiency.
Communications array calibration test successful. All bands nominal.
They passed 199.
Status report.
Green across the board, sir. Nothing new.
Good. Carry on, Knight. Congratulations on the promotion, Knight. So how did it... Look out there.
We've got a lot of work ahead of us, brother. Dr. Ingram said she needed this suit tested yesterday.
Get it. Just... Okay, sure. Firing. Everything holding together?
Trust me, you'd know.
Good. Firing.
All right. Everything was nominal. And you didn't scuttle the ship. Thanks, Initiate.
Sure. Anytime.
Yes.
Thank God.
Sweet.
proud to be serving under Elder Maxon.
I had enough of smart. You want to see the Brotherhood's greatest?
What about you?
I don't like talking about my past.
Just don't tell anyone, okay?
But there's a reason. Food's not allowed
Fighting for the
in the
secret
presentation.
How's that?
You know, protecting mankind from repeating the mistakes of the past. Restoring the wasteland. The good fight.
Right. Of course. Can't talk right now.
Paladin
Gotta
dance.
clean the Mirelux
There
scat
you
off my boots.
How did it go with Elder?
I was very impressed with him.
Not
I won't let you down, Dad.
good. Since
Sure. Sounds good.
outstanding.
I'd gladly.
There. Try it now.
Nothing. I was supposed to report 10 minutes ago. So, you're the new recruit I heard about.
You're the one. who
Not what
decided
I was
to take your way
expecting.
through a Mirelurk. Got it.
Sounds like you're disappointed.
Anyway, my name's...
Right. Sounds like you have a pretty full plate.
There isn't...
Actually, you seem to be getting around.
Anyway, there's a... Oh,
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
can you tell Kells if he wants things fixed, he needs to keep...
Tegan.
Step forward, Knight. Even though they were locked,
Looks uncomfortable in there.
it's not that bad. Now this, if you,
That's good to know.
I'm glad you.
Sure.
I tell most of the news, the good news. Yeah, mostly, of course.
I could use some extra caps.
You need them. Just in, and since after you're in the meet.
Proctor Tegan.
Remember, come find me when you're done meeting the rest of the crew.
Remember, we're
Dr.
out here
Quinlan.
representing the Brotherhood.
Ah, good. You're finally here. Just sit.
I think you're confusing me with someone else.
Since it's all...
Maxon wanted me to meet the crew. You were next.
Ah, however,
Maybe I could lend a hand.
that would be splendid. As you... I'm authorized, and in any event.
Glad you finally stopped by, soldier.
Sure, go right ahead.
All right. I'm going to ask you a series of first questions. As a child,
There wasn't that much radiation around before the bombs fell.
you were a vault dweller.
Sure.
You're probably healthier than anyone else aboard. Anyway, sorry I missed that in your records. Just going down the list of questions. Okay, second. Have you ever had or come in contact?
Never been seriously sick in my...
Good, good. Third question. Have you ever had sexual relations with any...
No, never have.
Very well. Last, would you have any problems pulling the trigger on an...
If my life's in danger, I'll do whatever it takes to defend myself.
That's an acceptable answer. And the most common. Excellent. I think I've got all the... I see no reason to... If you ever need medical assistance.
Trying to minimize reactor jitter, adjusting compression rate.
Proximity sensor's green. Getting a 3-second pingback.
familiarized yourself with the Prigwing School?
Yes, Elder.
Good. Let's get right. Take a look at having those aberrations. To
Right.
make matters, I won't understand.
Consider it done.
Look, the Brotherhood can...
It'll...
Now, use it to dismiss.
Babysitting the wheels drive. It's busy.
Needs gardening. Why?
Having to put and guard
You're kidding.
keeps the Brotherhood within striking distance of the city.
Target acquired. I'll try and keep him in your sights. Primary target down. Look at that thing bleed. I'm gonna find a place to set her down and then hightail it back to the Fredwin for repairs.
Watch your step. There's quite a bit of debris here. trash to pick through here. Searching through it could prove beneficial.
I'm hearing stuff. What? Who's there? Over there.
Nice.
I hear something.
Remain vigilant.
You're mine! Go back! Weak!
That's it. Hell yeah.
Remain vigilant. This place... This may appear abandoned, but that doesn't mean we should drop our guard. Judging from the amount of dust present, it's safe to assume we're going to investigate this location in quite a while. I'd just leave that if I were you. This area seems to be in disarray. I wonder if this is recent.
A noise?
Got it.
Look at this place. You must hate these mutants.
Why do you hate...
Hate's too gentle a word. These monstroth. I've been fighting for. I've seen what it would be.
Don't apologize. It reminds me why I'm doing...
Thank you, sister. Anyway, that's enough of that. What's it? You should head back. Dismissed. Watch what you fire at in here. You never know what explodes and what doesn't.
My Elder Max's orders.
Outstanding work at Fort Strong, soldier.
It was an honor fighting for the Brotherhood.
I'm glad you feel that way. In order to bring the Institute to its knees, I try to supply my signal grenades can simply throw one to the ground. And the vertibird will hone in on the unique electromagnetic smoke it emits. What?
Thank you, Elder.
I expect that you will. Now, I'm sure you're aware that Fort Strong was simply the first step towards an even greater task lies. By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy reading recorded by Paladin Dance's recon team. According to our scribe, the moment this information...
Right.
The Institute. To accomplish this, I've had our scribe, the only logical explanation. That's where we need your help.
I have a way to
So it appears, I'm pleased that you've chosen to build the device with the... Now.
I think...
The Institute preys on the weak to further their own ends. Together, I'll call ahead and brief...
This frame is driving me crazy. Got like 3 itches I can't even scratch.
Might want to have Night Captain K take a look at that injury.
Just fixed a few power armor mods and gave them to Tegan. You might want to check them out.
Elder Maxon said you'd help me build the signal interceptor.
So, looks like you're calling the shots around here now. All right, I'll bite. What is your new mirror?
Right. The Institute used
teleportation? Molecular.
Sure.
This explains why we... Not to mention how they... And this little beauty allowed you...
Well, you definitely know your stuff.
Damn right I do. It's difficult to make out. It's gonna take a...
Wow. I'm glad you could make sense.
You're also going to...
No matter how many battles we win, there's always another fight ahead of us.
Ingram?
Any luck building the platform yet?
Yes, I'm ready to build the rest of it.
Good. Let's move. Here's a list of everything. Now,
Looks good, Ingram.
right? Oh, it's important. If you, I'd wish you good luck, Knight.
send for you if I need you.
Excuse me, Elder Maxon.
Remarkable work, Knight. The signal interceptor appears to be complete.
Absolutely.
Your confidence is an inspiration to us all. That being said, this is the first time we've attempted to directly adapt. When we throw that switch, we don't know exactly what. God willing, you'll end up inside the Institute.
Nothing's gonna stop me when I'm so close.
Eager to get inside, huh? Now, once you've entered the Institute, we expect to lose contact. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland. During this process, we were able to obtain the service.
That's fortunate.
Yes. Securing. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to it, after some time, were fairly certain.
I'm surprised that the Brotherhood let her go.
Your mission is simple.
Right.
Once you're inside the... If you find out that she's still alive, make contact. There's a special...
Consider it done, Elder.
Very good. Listen to me, Knight. I'm well aware. Just keep your mind up. Good luck.
I've checked and rechecked everything.
Proctor.
I've checked and rechecked everything. I think this...
Let's do this.
All right. Head up.
Sure.
You have your
The
assignment.
device doesn't work from over there.
Move
You
out.
have to be on the platform. Let's see. Relays dialed in. Beam emitters warmed up. Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross your fingers. I'm inputting the code now. Wow, there's a heck of a lot of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in. By the way, this little trip you're taking is a heck of an opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. I put a clever little program on this
Refrain from opening
holotape that'll
fire
scan their
inside the
network
Institute.
and download
Could
anything it
jeopardize our
finds.
entire mission.
If you place it in any terminal down there, it'll do the rest. Bring it back to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well, well, looks like we have a winner. RF wave capture complete. Ramping the emitter. 60%, 80%. Emitter spiking but steady. All that's left is to throw the transmit
Lee is a
switch.
valuable asset.
Transmitting in
If any
3,
harm comes
2,
to-
1.
I'm holding you personally
Stay safe, soldier.
wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I am known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean. I've been looking for you for so long.
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your mom.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Sean, Daddy's gone, but I'm here. Mommy's here now.
What's going on? Father? Father!
It'll be okay, Sean. Mommy's here now.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Please, Sean. I'm your mother. To talk to me. Just open the door.
Father? Father, help me! She's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Give me Sean. The real Sean. Right now!
I know. I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
Just help me understand what's going on here.
I promised answers, and answers you shall have. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you. After all this time, it's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the sun you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality, and here I am. Raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you. Kidnapped you. It wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you?
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Sean. It's really you.
It really is. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your father. He never got to see you grow up.
Yes. What happened to him was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems what happened to him was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what else can I...
So, you're in charge?
I am the acting director of the Institute.
They need your help, Sean.
Oh, we've tried. Surprised? No. Ultimately, the
Right.
just.
Mhm.
I know there's more. The Institute is on the I've been a part. And now, after...
Yes, that's what I want.
I know. Forgive me. There is...
I'll do whatever it takes.
I am glad. The Institute is now your home. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities. And finally, Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
I'm trying to learn chess. The computer always beats me.
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious phase 3?
You know I can't talk about that.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Dr. Lee.
Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here.
I was.
Father may have given you the keys to the castle, but this is still my laboratory. If you plan to stay down here with us, you need to learn how things work.
Is this how you treat everyone? Or are you just putting on the charm for me?
I wasn't aware that I had to answer to you at all. You're obviously here for a reason, and you've already spoiled my experiment, so you might as well spit it out.
I've been sent by the Brotherhood of Steel to find you.
You don't beat around the bush, I'll give you that. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me.
If I wanted to kill you, we wouldn't be talking.
That's a fair point. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow harm to come my way. Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
Are you happy here?
You'd think being surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the greatest minds the world's ever known would be... Only problem is the lack of transparency. What does that have to do with why...
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help? They seem to have everything...
The Brotherhood value...
Well, how... Tell me something.
Sure.
Why would I What reason would I...
Father trusts me, and so should you.
He trusts you because you're family. I'm not. I can't just take your word.
The Brotherhood has always...
I am getting a bit tired of all this. Sometimes But still...
Your work could be
You really know how to push my buttons, don't you? You know, I never understood.
Right.
All those innocent... Yet we hide down here and insulate our... It's not right. I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to tell whoever sent... Now, for the sake of keeping up appearances, let me see that Pip-Boy. I've been told to install... You're to be given full...
Thank you. I'm sure...
Given that the relay is... In case the signal... If nothing else... Speaking of... Hi.
Yeah?
Huh?
No visible reaction to the K-14 counter.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
Operating at...
I am seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
What now?
Pardon me,
Dragging their
ma'am.
feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. Send a message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
I know it'll be a
Hi, Doc.
adjustment.
So,
but try to remember
here
that
you are.
since-
Just an AO. Acting... I'll be up despite your... I'm...
No problems here.
Good to hear. Now, Father is our primary...
I'm sure it's best for everyone.
Certainly. The result. Our main courser. They are highly self-sufficient. But I gather you know. In fact...
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. Now, unless you need something else...
I'd like to know more about the synth...
Fine. Once a course, we
Sure.
then begin the demo.
Right.
In those cases, with old...
You're here. Glad you made it.
Carry on, ma'am.
Scanning. Subject identified.
You could return to your duties and remember that every second of your experience.
I can't imagine living on the surface itself.
Nice. Sweet. Yes. Got it.
Sweet. Yes.
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results.
The latest synth generation is just amazing. Those guys in robotics are working miracles.
Doc?
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton, I can't wait.
I look forward to learning more about...
In that case, let me, as the name implies, are most important to that end. We've even, you probably...
Seems like there's nothing.
With hard work, and I'm sure...
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but...
Great. In any...
Sure. You mentioned medical care?
In that case, he's our top bio... Dr.
Right.
You won't...
Is it true food supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is correct.
That's
miss.
my favorite one. Keep it a little longer.
I will be happy to forward your request to the Bioscience Division. In the meantime, please feel free to enjoy one of our other nutritious mineral food supplements.
I want supplement 77.
I am sorry, sir, but that supplement is no longer available.
Useless machine.
Our technology must seem pretty advanced by your standards.
Doctor?
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. When Father... If you don't...
I just wanted to find my son.
Now that you... Now, as you might guess, we maintain... There's a lot... The work... So...
Absolutely.
Oh, good to hear. It'll be a load off Sean's mind. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. If
It must be a challenge to meet the... Right?
Over the... When... Fortunate. It's a good thing.
It's an honor to have you here.
3 levels of approval. Can you believe that? 3!
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute,
You've got technology here?
I'm glad you... Ultimately, unfortunately, the superiors...
If the synths are intelligent and...
However closely they... When you... his memory, under his lead, I've dispatched a...
We'll bring that synth home.
That would be better. Now you should get moving.
What's up?
Here's your holotape, Proctor. Hope the data on that thing was worth it.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one.
Sure. I wasn't worried. After all, I built the device.
I have confidence in everything I... Speaking of techno, I'm dying to find out.
Hopefully, it'll reveal a weakness in their defense.
That would be the best... Before we jump, I'm sure the instant... After that, in the meantime, good luck, Knight.
I received word that Dr. Lee is returning to us. How cooperative do you think she'll be?
I've convinced her that the Institute is the enemy.
Well done, Knight. As soon she's been under the Institute. Now, thanks to the success, I want you to report once again, Knight.
Sure.
Looking for another safe haven. There's shelter and supply. Those synths with the plastic faces? They creep me the heck out.
Oh man, if I'm late for muster one more time, Captain Kells is gonna have me doing 100 push-ups.
Don't let Maxon's age fool you. He's a brilliant technician and an experienced soldier. The Institute and their technological abominations need to be stopped
Ingram?
at any cost. So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project.
Whatever it is,
It will. Come on. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Fridwin's one of the big beasts, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Unfortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded. In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational.
no problem. I'm sure.
Because now, the
Right.
bad news is that the...
There's gotta be a way.
I do as much luck ever. If you could get...
Sure. Proctor Ingram.
Head up to the Pridwin and tell Dr. Lee we need her help. Let's see what I can do down here.
Attention. Due to increased raider activity, all leave requests to off-base sites have been temporarily suspended.
If you're
Affected
here to
parties
talk
will
to
have
me
their
about
leave
Liberty
compensated
Prime,
at the
you can
next
go
available opportunity. That is all.
You promised you'd...
You're right, I did. But you neglected to mention that I'd be asked to work on Liberty Prime. I've been down this road with the Brotherhood before. Why would I make the same mistake?
Sure. Because we care.
You know, if anyone... But... Coming. Tell Proctor it's going to take a hell of...
Human set something first. They hide in plain sight. Return safely from the Institute, sister.
If you run into any synths, shoot to kill. Don't take prisoners.
Now that Dr. Lee's arrived, I'm certain she will be vital to the Brotherhood's success.
Proctor Ingram?
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some sick... The good news is that the damn... If you...
Yeah. Sorry about...
Don't worry about it. Besides, we're working. In fact.
Sure. Anything you need.
That's what I love. You're... The actuators are what... Prime, we're gonna have to... What we...
Right.
These are the plans.
Now, before you get that... According to Proc... We've already...
Once you start... Good luck.
must be the overboss.
Time to waste when there's work to be done.
Damn it, where'd you go?
Easy living, this ain't.
I just need to trade gear with you.
Go ahead.
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
That's all 4 actuators. Delivered and done. Nice work.
Right on schedule. I've completed the restoration of Prime's basic functions, and he's ready to go. In fact, it's getting difficult to explain the system.
Well, as soon as which it won't with that.
Shouldn't be a problem. Just tell me where they are.
I wish Prime the
Right.
common.
That's going to be.
She's of course. What? Proctor, we're.
I'll head out there immediately.
Good.
Sure.
Scribe Halo. I suggest. Hope. Good luck.